Okay, so in the lecture we have decided different components of the connective tissue. Okay, now we will discuss today the different types of connective tissue. Okay, and we will see slides of different types of connective tissue. Okay, so first one is embryonic connective tissue. Mesoderm gives rise to embryonic connective tissue, and two subtypes are mesenchyme and mucous connective tissue. First is mesenchyme. It is found in embryo and consists of mesenchymal cells. Okay. So, and see, this is mesenchymal cells. Schematic representation of the mesenchymal cells. There are cytoplasmic processes, and cytoplasmic processes are connecting with each other. So, mesenchyme is found in embryo and consists of mesenchymal cells. Space between the cells is occupied by ground substance, reticular fibers, and collagen fibers. And adjacent cells are connected with each other by gap junctions. Okay. Next is mucous connective tissue. It is present in umbilical cord. See, this is mucoid tissue of the umbilical cord. It consists of this ground substance is the Wharton's jelly. That is the mucoid tissue mainly. Present in umbilical cord, two components are there, cells and Wharton's jelly. And these are the cells having nucleus and different cytoplasmic processes. Cells are spindle shaped with long cytoplasmic processes, and Wharton's jelly consists of hyaluronic acid. Okay. See, this is a section through the umbilical cord. This is the outer covering amnion, and this is Wharton's jelly. Within the Wharton's jelly embedded, these dots you can see, these are the mesenchymal cells, mucoid cells or mesenchymal cells. This is one remnant of vitelline duct, vitalointestinal duct, and these are the two arteries and one vein is present within the umbilical cord. AVA, like this you can remember. Two arteries and one vein, two umbilical arteries and one umbilical vein. Here the umbilical arteries will carry deoxygenated blood and umbilical vein will carry oxygenated blood. Okay, veins have wider lumen and thin wall. Okay, and arteries have narrower lumen and thick wall. That's how you differentiate vein and the artery. Here important thing is this Wharton's jelly, which consists of mucoid connective tissue. This is Wharton's jelly and these are the cells. Spindle shaped mesenchymal cells with cell processing. Like this you will see under the microscope. Umbilical cord. Okay. These are the cells and in between the cells there is Wharton's jelly. Understood? Next, so we have discussed the mucoid connective tissue and mesenchymal connective, embryonic connective tissue. Next, you will see the loose connective tissue or loose areolar connective tissue. This is widespread connective tissue of the body. Most of the places you will get loose areolar connective tissue. It has fibers, cells and ground substance, same as other connective tissue. Cells are all connective tissue cells will be there. Fibers are three types: collagen, elastic, reticular fiber, and extracellular matrix is abundant here. This is the difference from other tissue. Extracellular matrix is abundant and it is washed off during the slide preparation and create empty spaces or areola. That's why the name is given loose areolar tissue. Okay. See here, this is a schematic presentation of loose areolar connective tissue. See, these are the collagen fiber bundles. This black one represents the elastic fibers, and here these are the nucleus of different cells. And in between the cells and fibers, this is extracellular matrix. And you can see the extracellular matrix is abundant. Okay. And it will wash off during the slide preparation and form areola or empty spaces. That's why the name is given. So what is the location? Location is important. Lamina propria of different wall, Lamina propria is present in walls of GI tract, respiratory tract, genital tract, urinary tract. Okay. So, in the lamina propria consists of the loose areolar connective tissue. Next, superficial fossa. Below the skin is the superficial fossa. That is also loose areolar connective tissue. Next is surrounding the vessels. Three layers of vessels we have known: tunica intima, tunica media, tunica adventitia. Tunica adventitia is the loose connective tissue. Next, in the viscera, in different viscera, there is loose connective tissues are present. Like in stroma of the ovary, it is an example of loose connective tissue. Next, what is the functions of loose connective tissue is it supports, allows movement and expansion of the viscera and the vessels. So that is the function of loose areolar connective tissue. Okay. What is the distribution? It is present in subcutaneous tissues of eyelid, scrotum, penis, some mucous coat of gastrointestinal tract, subserous coat, and interior of the viscera. So these are the locations of the loose areolar connective tissue. And these are the characteristics. These are most generalized form, allows only limited movement because of its elasticity, and this is how it will look loose areolar connective tissue under microscope. This is high power view. In low power view you will see under the microscope. Meshwork of collagen and elastic fibers in all directions. It has elasticity and tensile strength, and ground substance consists of proteoglycan, cells and fibers. Okay. See here, this is dermis of the skin. Here you will see the dense connective tissue. Around these are sections of the different glandular portion of the sweat gland in the dermis. Surrounding this sweat gland, this is loose connective tissue. Okay, and outside it, this part consists of dense irregular connective tissue. Collagen fiber bundles are directed in different directions. Okay, so in the dermis you will see some loose connective tissue and some dense irregular connective tissue. Okay, and within these collagen bundles, these violet dots you can see, these are nuclei of the fibroblasts and fibrocytes. Okay, they are arranged within the bundles of collagen fibers. Okay, and this is loose connective tissue of mesentery. It will look like this under the microscope. Multiple collagen bundles, elastic fibers, different types of cells, and areolar spaces. See here, in dense tissue, there are no spaces. There is no spaces. The collagen bundles are filling almost whole of the tissue. But here in loose connective tissue, the spaces are larger. Okay, and ground substance is abundant. So that is the difference between dense and loose tissue. Okay. So next we are going to dense connective tissue. Dense connective tissue contains large amount of fibers and less cells and matrix and provides strength and protection. Two types of dense connective tissues are there, regular and irregular. So first is dense regular connective tissue. It contains predominantly of type 1 collagen fiber and they are bundles of collagen fibers, so wavy appearance, wavy pattern. See, these are the characteristics of dense regular collagenous connective tissue. Example is tendon. Okay, we have slide of tendon, you will see. Okay, so it is characterized by presence of collagen fibers or fiber bundles arranged in orderly fashion parallel to each other. See, these are the collagen bundles lying parallel to each other. Like this you will see under microscope. Okay, collagen bundles arranged parallel to each other. And nuclei of some cells, mainly fibroblasts, are seen between the bundles of collagen and they are elongated and elliptical in shape. Next is ground substance is less in amount in dense connective tissue. So tendon have fibers, cells or tendinocytes and coverings. Fibers are type 1 collagen fibers arranged in bundles, and fibers arranged regularly and parallel to each other, and bundles show slight wavy pattern. Cells and tendinocytes are few in number. They are elongated and lie parallel to the collagen fibers. Next, there are coverings. Covering is known as endotendinium, covers bundle of collagen fibers, and epitendinium covers the entire tendon. They provide passage to the blood vessels. Okay, these coverings gives passage to the blood vessels supplying the tendon. So this is dense regular connective tissue. Like this, you will see collagen bundles are arranged in parallelly, and these flattened nuclei are of fibroblast and fibrocyte. Nuclei of fibroblast elongated, and tendon fascicles wavy parallel bundles of collagen fibers. Okay, and each of the bundle is covered by endotendinium. Okay, and whole of the tendon will be covered by the epitendinium. Okay, see here. This is collagen fiber bundles, nuclei of the fibroblast. This is endotendinium. Each of the collagen bundle is surrounded by it, and whole of the tendon is covered by this epitendinium. Okay, where you can see sections of blood vessels. These are sections of blood vessels located in epitendinium and endotendinium. Understood? So this is example of dense regular connective tissue. Next, we are going to dense irregular connective tissue. Mostly consist of fibers and small amount of ground substances, and cells are mostly fibroblasts located in locations are important for everything. Okay, loose areolar connective tissue, dense regular connective tissue, dense irregular connective tissue. For all these locations are important. Okay, and for each of them you have to draw one schematic picture. See in your histology book and you draw. Okay, for one for loose areolar connective tissue, one for adipose tissue, one for dense irregular, one for dense regular connective tissue. Okay, and one for mesenchymal tissue, those umbilical cord section. Okay, or embryonic connective tissue. So multiple diagrams you have to draw, and each of the cells we will discuss tomorrow in lecture. Each of the cells you have to draw in your histocopy. Okay, and those fibers we have discussed in the morning. So next, dense irregular connective tissue mostly consist of fibers and small amount of ground substance. Cells are mostly fibroblasts located in dermis of the skin, dura, epineurium, periosteum, etc. See, this is schematic diagram. Like this schematic diagram you have to draw. So, and this it will appear in histological picture. Okay. Seen in dermis of the skin, dense irregular connective tissue. It is characterized by irregularly arranged bundles of collagen fibers and that stain pink. In stretch preparation, they are seen in wavy bundles. Other fibers present are elastic and reticular, can be seen only with special stems, and few cells, fibroblast and less ground substance are seen. Okay, so this is features of dense irregular connective tissue, dermis of the skin. Skin slide you have seen previously. It has been focused today also. You see the dermis of the skin, and see this dense irregular connective tissue. Skin is important for epithelium also. Okay, stratified squamous keratinized epithelium is present in the skin. See here. This part is epidermis. Okay, this is the epithelium, stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. See, the cells are, these are the nuclei of the cells. Nuclei of the cells are lying in multiple layers, and this is the keratin covering. The outermost pink covering is the keratin, and below this epithelium, below this line is the dermis. So this part is the dermis, and this is example of dense irregular connective tissue. Okay. Next, we are going to adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is specialized connective tissue that stores fat and consists of adipocytes or fat cells. Two types of adipose tissues are there. yellow or white adipose tissue and brown adipose tissue. Okay, and see, these are the difference between these two. Adipose tissue is highly vascular tissue. Yellow adipose tissue have adipocytes with unilocular fat globule, and brown adipose tissue have multilocular fat globule. Nucleus is flat and peripheral here. Nucleus is round and peripheral. Cytoplasm is empty, only thin rim of cytoplasm is present. Cytoplasm have foamy appearance because multiple fat globules is here. Locations are superficial fossa, yellow bone marrow, surrounding viscera, like this. And here location is present in brown adipose tissue is present in very less places, okay, mainly in newborn baby. Okay, their basal metabolic rate is very high due to presence of this brown adipose tissue, and in some adults in the back and scapular regions. Okay, weight gain does not occur in these persons, those having this brown adipose tissue. Next function is yellow adipose tissue function is insulation and protection, and brown adipose tissue function is thermogenesis. Okay, this is very important process for the newborn babies. That's why it is present. So yellow adipose tissue, see, these are the adipose cells. Signet ring appearance you have seen in the morning class. So signet ring appearance, thin rim of cytoplasm here, and peripherally placed flat nucleus. Okay. So it is yellow adipose tissue is highly vascular. In HE stain slide, fat gets washed out and cells show empty appearance with thin rim of cytoplasm and peripheral flat nucleus. They are located in the superficial fossa, yellow bone marrow, omentum, mesentery, and around the viscera. This is the location of yellow adipose tissue, and helps in energy storage, insulation, and protection of the viscera. Okay. Adipose cells you will see everywhere. In different section groups of adipose cells you will see, and it will give those empty loops like this. Foamy appearance or empty loops will be there. Empty appearance of the cytoplasm. Okay. See, like this you will see yellow adipose tissue. This is high power view. Low power view you will see in the like the previous slide. This is one section of blood vessel, and these are the adipose cells with flattened nucleus and peripheral ring of cytoplasm. Next we are going to brown adipose tissue. See, this is yellow adipose tissue cell and this is brown adipose tissue cell. Here nucleus is rounded and multiple small fat droplets are present within the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, so that is the difference between two adipose tissues. They are brown in color, smaller than yellow adipocytes, found in newborn babies and in adult, located in back and neck, scapular region and posterior abdominal wall. So these are the locations in adults. And this is asked in your Viva, location of brown adipose tissue, very important for your Viva and MCQs. Okay. Next is it prevents excessive heat loss and regulate the thermogenesis. Okay, in the newborns mainly. Now we are going to function of whole of the connective tissue. What are the functions of adipose tissue? They merely supportive and protective in function and provides mechanical support. Okay, they have defensive property due to presence of these defensive cells and maintains integrity of different organs. Like in parenchyma of liver, kidney, there is presence of meshwork of different fiber cells. They provides integrity of different organs and diffusion of nutrients and waste products. Okay, this is also another function of this connective tissue. Okay, that's all. Okay, so now we will go to the histolab. You will see slides. Okay, for embryonic connective tissue, you will see slide of umbilical cord. Okay, you have to see the Wharton's jelly. Okay, I will explain, you go and see. And next you will see loose areolar connective tissue. For that we have focused trauma of the ovary, okay, or artery. We have focused slide of artery. The tunica adventitia or tunica intima of the artery, it consists of loose connective tissue, okay. And after that, you will see dense regular and dense irregular. Dense regular connective tissue, we have focused tendon, and dense irregular connective tissue, we have focused skin. You have to see the dermis of the skin, okay. And adipose tissue slide is also there, okay. So you see these slides, okay. Make a cue, take your pen and copy, go to the histo lab. I am coming, I will explain. Okay, see, this is slide of ovary, okay. Stroma of the ovary have been focused here. Stroma of the ovary is example of loose areolar connective tissue, okay. You will see multiple fiber bundles, nucleus of different cells, you will see some sections of blood vessels, you will see, okay. So this is stroma of the ovary, example of loose areolar connective tissue. And outside the stroma will be the cortex of the ovary. Within the cortex, there is presence of different follicles. Okay, we'll see ovary slide later on also. So you see the stroma now. So see, this is white fibrous tissue slide. You will see mainly the collagen bundles. Okay, collagen fibers are lying in bundles and they are lying in different direction. Okay, you see mainly the collagen fibers, how it looks in HE staining. Okay. Okay, next it is slide of artery. Okay, on the right upper side, this is the lumen of the artery. After that, wavy line is the endothelium. Okay, innermost covering. Then there is tunica intima, tunica media, and outside is the tunica adventitia. Okay, intima and adventitia is example of loose areolar connective tissue. Okay, you see this. Okay, it does it. Okay, so this is slide of skin. Okay, you have seen the epithelium previously. There are hair follicles. Below the follicles and the epidermis, there is dermis, the lower part. This is example of dense irregular connective tissue. You will see some sections of adipose tissue, some sections of glands within this dense irregular connective tissue. Okay, understood? See this. Okay, this is elastic cartilage. Okay, elastic cartilage. Within the stroma of the elastic cartilage, there is presence of elastic fibers. To show the elastic fiber, we have focused this. Okay, so you can, it is not that much clearly visible. You can know it is elastic cartilage because dense pink staining stroma and singly lying chondrocytes you see here. Okay, understood? Tissue is this. So mainly you will see cells having fat globules which is washed out. So cells are giving empty loop, peripherally placed ring of cytoplasm and peripherally placed nucleus. Okay. So foamy appearance you will see. This is adipose tissue. Okay, you will see this. Adipose cell, group of adipose cell you will see in other tissues also. So you see this adipose tissue. Next, this is section of umbilical cord. Okay. Umbilical cord is example of embryonic connective tissue. Here on the right side you can see the Wharton's jelly. On the left side there is some part of the artery has been focused. Okay. So mainly you see the Wharton's jelly. In between the mucoid material there is some cells. Nucleus of the cells are visible. So example of embryonic connective tissue, umbilical cord. Okay. Next, collagen fiber bundles are lying in parallel pattern and each of the bundle is covered by connective tissue layer, endotendinium and epitendinium, outermost covering of the tendon. So this is example of dense regular connective tissue. Okay, so you see this tendon. So these are all of the connective tissues present here. You see, and any query you can ask me. Okay, that's all.